in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you, for you, for you, for you, for you, for you, for you.
Okay. Alright guys, welcome back to WESG 2017 Malaysia Qualifiers. We are live here in Kuala Lumpur in the Orange Esports Stadium. And now we are going to head into the finals of this qualifiers. It's going to be between Ranger, the Protoss player, and Clare, the Zerg player. And Ranger, let's take a recap. Ranger advanced 3-0 over Marksman in 2 macro games and 1 pretty weird game. And Clare actually advanced over Neutrals in a ZVZ where Neutrals kept going for 12 pool and Clare just seemed to held on. Yep. So meanwhile, while getting the players into the lobby, let's just take a look at the history between these two players. These players have actually played, Clare and Ranger especially, they have already played, they have played 2 series between each other before. They have already met last year in the WESG qualifiers for Malaysia, and this year as well during the online qualifier. So Ranger is actually up 7-1 actually, 6-1 is against Clare. Clare has actually took a game off Ranger last year in the qualifiers. So I think Clare actually played Terran last year, so we are going to see if Clare can actually take the series this time against Ranger. And keep in mind though, Clare now is a Zerg player, so ZVP, well, I guess it's a good thing that he's not playing Terran because we all know that Terran is now very heavily underfavored in TVP. And Zerg is now actually doing pretty well against Protoss. So we're going to see what does Clare have up in store versus Ranger. Yep, seems like both players are back into their booths, their seats, and they're all ready to start. And we are going to jump into game number 1 now on Catalyst. And players have already done the vetoes, so we are actually going to see battle on the boardwalk in this series if this goes far enough. So yeah, here we go. Game number 1 of the finals of WESG 2017 Malaysia Qualifiers. Winner of this moves on to the Asia Pacific Finals. In the bottom right, we have as the pink Zerg, Clare. And on the top left, we have Ranger as the red Protoss. Yep, and Ranger, he's going to build a pylon right at the front. As we know, Protoss these days, they just expand towards the front. You can just build a gate here and a core here and then just leave a single unit here to hold the wall. So yeah, and meanwhile Clare, I think he's just going to go for a hatch first, like what he has shown against Neutrals. Well, at least we got to see a different matchup from the 2 semi-finals. The first semi-finals was a PVT and the second semi-finals was a ZVZ, and now we have a ZVP. And we get to see Ranger's ZVP, PVZ or rather, after quite a while. And yep, Ranger's going to probe scout now, he's going to see, alright, hatchery is down at a normal time, he's going to see the gas and the pool. Keep in mind though that this is not a cannon rush as we all commonly know because there's no forge down for Ranger. It's just going to get a gate and then expand it now. It's going to build Cyber Core to finish his wall at the front. Yeah, there we go. Actually, I don't think... I wonder if this is a full wall actually. This looks like it is placed in the corner, but we will see later if Clare actually decides to go for a huge link attack, link flood or anything. Now, what's the current of the meta of ZVP? Well, now Zerg usually they get their third base at around the 2:30 mark, and if the Zerg doesn't get a third after the 3-minute mark, then there's definitely something going on in the Zerg space where the Protoss player has to be aware of. And now we see Clare, he's gonna get a few links, get his squeeze, get his link speed, everything's good, getting some drones, and I think, yeah, this is gonna be quite a normal game from both players. I think Clare might even want to take his third since he's building even more drones now. Doesn't look like he's gonna go for an oil or anything. He's still mining gas though, but this could be for overload speed, it could be for... Oh, he might actually just go for a bin bus, and there's a bin nest that went down, and he actually cleared the third. The probe that was at the third from Ranger. So Ranger doesn't know now whether if he's going for a third, no. But now the Adept is going to come in now, and it's going to see how many drones are there being made now. And it's going to come in, it's going to see there's actually not many drones, there's actually even more links coming out now. And this might actually trigger Ranger to know that there's some sort of an oil coming out now. And Ranger is going to build the shield battery at the front, and it seems like he's not, like he has just gone for a toilet, but he hasn't dropped down anything. He hasn't gone for a dark shrine, he hasn't gotten any upgrades on his toilet console. He's going to build for one shield battery and 2 kits, and because he knows that there was a huge swell of links over there, and something could just happen now. And now outside his base now, there's 6 beams being built now, and you ask how many pylons, how many beam links does it take to break down a pylon? Well, I think it's about, one beam link does about 80 damage to the building, so he needs about 5 beam links to get this pylon down. But yeah, Clare now, and Ranger's gonna see, ooh, this links and beams, and now shield battery is it's actually going to be unpowered, and the links actually get into the base. And now the links, are they going to overcome the probes? And they actually go for the Stalker now. The Stalker is the only unit now that's doing damage, but probes are actually pretty good against links as well. Probes deal 5 damage, and the links only have 40 hit points. And the links actually all just die over there. Good hold by Ranger, I guess. And wow. Clare's just going to put on the pressure. Meanwhile, the Dark Shrine is down for Ranger, and Ranger just needs to hold on until the Dark Shrine is completed, because Clare doesn't have any detection behind this. And this Link Swarm over here, and the beams are going to break the pylon that is not part of the wall, and now Ranger's just building even more buildings behind this to power up his buildings and to form the wall. There's a lot of pylons over there. Now Ranger getting more units, getting a sentry, and oh, the links actually do manage to get in, and the force field, the panic force field, 2 of them actually do manage to seal off the wall for now. But can Ranger actually hold? Probes are falling now, and the links, they are just going to get in eventually. Is this going to be enough from Ranger? The links are now in there naturally, and GG from Ranger. Clare takes game number 1 in what I would say a small upset there. And wow, Clare just one step closer to overcoming Ranger, opponent that he has been like down against. 1-6 in score. That is not a very good score, and he is looking to change that this series. And we are going to jump into the second game. It's going to be on Ascension to Aya. Alright, welcome back ladies and gentlemen to the WESG 2017 Malaysian qualifiers. And we are in the middle of our finals right now between Ranger, Peras player, and Clare, Zerg player, where Clare actually managed to somehow get a game off Ranger and is now up 1-0 against the favorite to win this. And we are now going to jump into our second game very shortly. And just as a recap, well, Clare actually went for a quick Bane Bust versus Ranger in the previous game, and he managed to actually overcome him in that game. So, countdown has begun, and we're going to see the players battle out once again. And this time it's going to be on Ascension to Aya, a larger map compared to Catalyst, longer rush distance, so Clare's rush might not work out this time if he's going to go for the rush once again. And we will have to see how Ranger is going to adapt to this now that he knows Clare is a rather cheesy player. So, up here in the bottom left for the crowd, if you want, you can make some noise for Ranger. And the bottom right, up 1-0 against his opponent now is the pink Zerg, Clare. Alright, so Ranger still doing the same thing, putting the pylon out the front. It's going to show, it's going to go for, no, I thought it was going to change into the Forge first and he might actually cannon rush his opponent, but it seems like he is not. He's going to go for a much faster scout this time. He could actually just block the hatchery, but I think on Ascension, yeah, you can't really just block it with a pylon scout. Yeah, he's just going to see, hatch first, normal timing. So yeah. Now, this game, it's going to go pretty similar up to the 3-minute mark, where we'll see if Clare is going to throw down the Bane Nurse or see if he'll get a third this time. Now, Ranger is doing his cute little micro, where if he's occupying a mineral patch, then another drone can't be on it. So now, essentially, Clare is just kind of mining from 7 patches if he actually kept up with that. But yeah, now Ranger chooses it is time to go home, gets Nexus, so get Core, and another building will help seal off the wall at the front. Now, Clare, everything's going well for the Zerg. He has an overlock over here, that's one thing to note, so he's more or less immune to cannon rushes, as you will know if there's a pylon going down around his base. But yep, Ranger is going to do the same thing, just put his probe at the third. Just going to see if Clare is going to take a third base or not. So in the previous game, he didn't really see that Clare was going to take a third or not, but he should know from the amount of links that Clare made that Clare was going to go for aggression. So even though he was kind of prepared for it, but he wasn't just quite prepared enough. Not enough shield batteries, not enough units out to defend. A pylon, I guess, it was a very awkward position as well. It was out in the front where one Bane Bus actually took down the production of Ranger. But yep, we're going to see now one adept. The same thing from the previous game, and now, whoa, look at this. An even faster Bending Nest from Clare now. And he's still droning though, but after this he's just probably going to start making units already. Now injects are going to go down, and the key thing to note now is that is Ranger going to see this. It's going to come out now, it's going to see, alright, this is a normal amount of links. Yep, I can probably just continue as per normal, but actually here's the different thing that Ranger has already did. He has actually built 2 extra gates that much quickly. He has chosen to skip his tech and gone for a much safer option. And now Ranger actually is going to see this amount of links, like, whoa, that was actually a lot of links. And Ranger should know that something is up already. It's going to clean up all the links here. It's going to see even more links now. So, Ranger, what are you going to do about it? Probably nothing much. And now, ooh, this, the low HP adept actually got shaded in and got killed by the Queen. Now, Ranger chooses to go for a Robo this time, so he might actually just get out an Immortal or something. An Immortal basically stops like any kind of roach push or anything, but now Clare, he has Banes at the front now, and Ranger doesn't see this just quite yet, but he knows he just needs to catch Ranger off guard with this. And this pylon, this sentry, is it going to force me in time? And now Ranger, he sees the Banes, and now there we go, the force field goes down just in time. And Clare is just going to chew through at the front now with links, and Clare is going to be thinking like, how should I be using my Banes? Should I just crash them into the gate? Should I just crash them into the robo? But now even more sentries, and now there's already enough sentries to cast one force field at a time. That is 3 is the critical amount to just keep laying force fields down just like that. But now Clare, he's actually going to get the robo before the Warp Prism is going to come out. And he's actually going to choose the Bane Blast lane, but now good force fields, and now the Cybercock goes down, so Ranger, you can only make Zealots now. And Zealots are not that good against Banes. And now, okay, the buildings are going down, but this force field is still keeping Ranger in the game. There's still one more force field left, I believe, but now, there's a gap now at the bottom, but there's just no more links from Clare now. And I think back at home, there's still even more links coming down for Clare. This is going to be enough. This Cybercore now is already completed, but now the links coming for a surround on the sentries, and back at home Clare is also getting his third. Keep in mind that, but look at this, the shield battery just continuously giving shield to the sentries, but now the sentries are outdated, and now the probes are now falling down one by one. Now this is not going very well for Ranger, and now the links are going to get a surround on the probes. 11 probes go down already, 12, and it might even go up to 14. And now the Zealots are here, and now Clare is going to get a surround on the Zealots. Not quite, the links do not really have a good surface area on the Zealots, and now the Zealots are being replenished by the shield batteries. But I think that was pretty good damage by Clare. But Ranger has actually also did well by himself to hold this. And keep in mind, back at home, Clare, he's only drawn up a bit, he's getting a lair now, but he's still continuously going to build units. So it seems like he's just going to continue with this bus. 5 Banes coming down with a even huge swarm of links now. But the thing is that meanwhile Ranger actually did get a Dark Shrine already, and now these DTs, to Clare see, Clare actually knows that there's DTs, so the good thing for him is that the lair is already going to be done, so he can actually build an Overseer to detect these Dark Templars. So Clare should be safe in the meantime. So we are going to see if Clare is going to choose to drone out or just keep making units. It seems like droning out is his decision, as we can see, 9 more drones, and that will put him up in equal with Ranger in shortly. And now DTs are now in the natural class. We'll go on a full surround on one of the DTs. This DT is going to get 2 drones, maybe a 3rd drone, yep, a 3rd, and maybe even a 4th if Clare is not careful. And the Bane chooses to kill the DT right there, so to avoid any more drone damages. And you can see charge is being researched from Ranger, so it seems like he wants to go for Zealot heavy composition, and Zealots do not actually do that well against Bane, but we might just see like the Zealot Archon Immortal composition that Protoss is usually known for going. But now, wow, Ranger again, he doesn't see this corner, and there's so many links coming out now for Clare, and he gets a full surround on one of the sentries, and is he going to kill this adept as well? Yeah, he's going to kill this adept, and now this sentry, there's 2 force fields available. How is Ranger going to use this? He's going to see this swarm of Banes now, and the Banes, they're going to detonate on the pylon, and now just good force field there, and just keeps Clare out of his base for now. But how much longer can Ranger survive? He's putting down one more force field, and this is the last force field that they have. But actually no, he warps in even more sentries, and now he actually also walls off the front with a pylon. So I guess, yeah, Clare, I don't think he wanted to go all in with this, but he's building drones back at home. He's getting the Hydra upgrades, but now he's going to kill some drones at the 3rd end. Not really yet, there's a shield battery here already with sentries. So yeah, Ranger, he's defending pretty well, and now Clare is up in drones just by a bit, and he might actually look to take his 4th pretty soon actually, because Ranger already has his 3rd, and it's not a good idea for the Zerg to be on equal basis with the Protoss. But here we go. Hydras and Roaches. This is a rather old style Roach Hydra. The new style is mainly just getting Hydra Link Bane, and Hydras are pretty good. They actually kill like almost anything quite instantly, and Banes are just there to deal AoE damage. And you might think that they are good against Zealots, but they're actually quite good against Stalkers as well. Like, if the Stalkers are all clumped up, then yeah, Banes actually do deal quite a lot of damage. But as you can see now, Ranger just leaving one Archon behind. He's just going to go for the standard double Archon drop, although it's a bit later now. But yep, back at home Clare has almost nothing to defend this, and Clare is going to take some serious drone damage over here if he does not defend this well. And he's going to warp in a few DTs as well. Does Clare have any detection? There's only one spore over here, but the whole army of Clare is going to come back now. And this Rock Prism, is it going to go down? And the Prism is going to go down. And so does all these Archons, and Ranger, he lost quite a bit over there. But now, Clare is down in workers now. Ranger is already up in workers. Can Clare actually catch back up? 12 more drones on the way for him. And that's going to put him equal with the Pearls again. But now Clare, I think he just wants to continuously make units to try to overwhelm Ranger with this. And he's going to build some Banes, some Hydras. And yeah, what's at the front for Ranger to defend this? Some Zealots, some Sentries, couple of shield batteries. There's even a shield battery back at home in his third. But now, yeah, Clare's already up the ramp now. And can Ranger do this? Now, there's no Banes to kill the Zealots now. And these forces are actually helping Clare out more than Ranger himself. But now the Observer is being sniped by Clare. And now Clare's... I think he sees the army and he thinks like, man, I think that was probably too big for me to handle. And Clare should actually just go back home now. He needs more of his reinforcements to come in now. And now 28 links are going to join the battle soon. And Clare taking his 4th. And also about the same time as Ranger. Yeah, both players, I guess they're just pretty equal now, except I feel that Clare could be up in workers by a bit, maybe up to 70 or something. But yeah, seems like Clare is just going to go back home for now. It's going to defend. Not going to do too much. I don't think he knows about the 4th base of Ranger yet, whereas Ranger already knows that there's a 4th base because of the hallucinated Phoenix over there. And now Ranger. Oh, Clare is going to see this Prism, and you know that it's a hallucination. And now they see each other, and are they going to fight in the middle? I think if Ranger fights in the middle, this might go pretty badly for him. There's a lot of Hydras now in the open, and just very nice force use now, but most of the army is in Zealots, and now Clare is just attack moving into this, and Hydras actually do quite a bit of DPS, and the Banes are going to move in now. They're going to crash into the Archons, and nice split there from Ranger, but one Archon goes down and the second one goes down as well. Ranger's army now is now pretty small, but at the same time he was doing a Zealot run by, and that actually killed the 4th. And now this might actually prompt Clare to just go back to defend. Is he going to get his 4th again? I'm not sure what would happen if he actually pushed up there just now. I think it could have worked. The Mortals are actually doing pretty good against Hydras, I would say. But now Ranger is up in Econ, and Clare's on a timer now. If he doesn't maybe like double expand, or if he doesn't do significant damage to Ranger now, if he doesn't kill the 4th, then he's going to be in huge trouble. Now Clare doesn't really have a lot of resources now, so he can't be making Banes and stuff. He's actually making a Hive now, and he sees now, whoa, there's Storms, there's Archons. How is he going to deal with this? Storm is already done for Ranger, and yeah, Ranger is now looking to get the best Storms of his life. I think Clare's now taking even more damage in this, but there's nothing back at him, just a few Hydras. But now he knows about the 4th now, but oh, here we go, he's going to just take a small fraction of Ranger's army out. And Ranger is now actually down the ramp now. Clare, is he going to be in position to kill Ranger? But no, actually the Storms go down on all the Hydras, and all the Hydras are now being wiped. And there's only Immortals left now with Links, and now Zealot's being wiped in, and I think that is enough from Ranger to hold it. GG caught by Clare, and now the series is now tied 1-1. Can Ranger or Clare? Now the question that I ask is whether can they do it, and I think both of them are more than capable too. So we'll find out very shortly who's going to win the next game after we come back from the short break.
think I'm in need of a quiet walk home. And as we step forward, we would rather be alone. So make some noise while you've got time. Take this poison for your mind. Who knows, you could be gone by this time tomorrow. And I don't know where we're going, but I take pride in not knowing. And you say I will be the one to let this go.
Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the finals of the WESG 2017 Malaysian qualifiers. And we are in a 1-1 series now between Ranger, the Pros player, and Clare, the Zerg player. And now our players are already ready to head into game number 3. And game number 3 is going to be on Blackpink, a new map in this season's ladder pool. And we are going to see what these players have installed for us on this new map. Zerg versus Protoss, and as you can see, both players now looking very sharp, very focused, and they're fighting for a spot in the Asia Pacific finals to represent Malaysia, that country, in Starcraft 2. And let's go over here in the top right. We have, as the pink Zerg, Clare. And at the bottom left, we have the red Protoss Ranger. Right. I actually wonder if the microphone takes in the crowd sound. But yeah, you guys are very amazing so far. Yep. And I think it looks like Claire's just going to go for Hatch first again. And yeah, it seems like these players don't really deviate much from their usual openings. Just gate into a gas, into a Nexus, and yeah. Oh, and Ranger actually pylon scouted, so he actually just went past the drone, so he's not going to be able to be annoying and block the hatch from going down. But he is going to be annoying over here in the mineral line, where, as you can see, he's blocking Claire from mining this patch, and Claire doesn't seem to care about this. He's just going to let Ranger do what he wants, just be annoying, to show off his high APM. As you can see, 300 now from Ranger. Wow, that is rather high. Now, just normal expansion, gonna go down for Ranger, and then another core here. So, just one more building to close up the wall. But yes, now, if we were to talk about the previous two games, well, in the first game, I guess Ranger wasn't that prepared for a link bust, a bin bust, because he didn't have enough gates up in time, and his gates were all at the front, being powered by only one pylon, the one pylon name that we shall not name. And in game 2 he switched it up. He actually got his gates much earlier, so he was able to get more sentries out in time to defend against the Bane bus. So you will see now if Ranger is going to do the same thing. He's going to be wary of Claire doing the same thing. 2 games in a row Claire has Bane busted, and it wouldn't be surprising if Ranger was going to prepare for another Bane bust this game. So Claire, in game 2 he actually took a faster Bane nest, but we're going to see this game, when is he going to take his Bane nest, or is he actually now going to go for a third? Well, it seems like Ranger is now going to check third, and now Claire's going to bring the drone back up. Yeah, I mean Ranger is still going to get 2 extra gates now for safety. He's not going to attack up so soon because he hasn't seen the third yet. He must be wondering like, okay, Claire's definitely doing something, and there we go again. Baneling Bus number 3, map number 3. Round 3, let's go and see how is Claire gonna fare against this. Now, keep in mind that Ranger has a bigger gap this time, so Lynx can actually just run in here. 1 unit can't block this alone, but a sentry can just force this up. There's a shield battery now for the defense, and I think Ranger knows. Yeah, I mean he probably need to check this area also for a third base, but yeah, I mean this is the more common threat. And now Ranger is going to go to he's going to check the other threat, and it's going to give him the confirmation that there's something going on. And now Link is actually now chasing this probe. He should know already. No threat, and now it's up to Ranger to defend this. Yeah, Twilight Council is here at the front, and this Adept is going to hold the fort for quite a while if there's only links, because shield batteries give shields at a very reasonable rate. And now look at this. Ranger sees the Banelings and the Zerglings outside, and it's going to force you up the pilot now. So these Banes can't do anything unless they want to all crash into the Cyber Core. And there's 2 shield batteries here in defense of Ranger, and I think Ranger is going to hold this pretty comfortably. And Clare is still pretty committed. It's going to build even more links. And now, the Banes are actually going to get all the sentries, and the sentries with energy has actually all died. And now links, there's only left with links, and the shield batteries are not powered up because there's no pylons. And all the units go down for Ranger, and now this Cyber Core is going to fall as well. Does he have an extra Cyber Core being built now? No, he doesn't, so he's only left with Zealots. And now so many links now, they can kill all the probes at the natural once again, and now these probes are now fighting the choke, which is a very good thing. He's just delaying the links from doing damage, but now, wow, there's a lot of damage going down now for Ranger. And Clare is really doing a lot of damage, and now Ranger is down in supply. He doesn't have enough army, and now the links are just all at the front, and these shield batteries are all out of energy, so they can't really do the thing that they are supposed to do, which is to replenish the shields of the Pearl's army. And the links do actually strike by this gap here, and now this Zealot is being surrounded, and now GG, and game number 3 goes to Clare, and Clare is up 2-1 now. He just needs to win one more to represent Malaysia in the WESG 2017 Asia Pacific Finals. And we are going to go into the short break now, and when we come back we will have game number 4. Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the finals of WESG 2017 Malaysian qualifiers. And right now we have a PVZ, Ranger versus Clare, but Clare is up 2-1 now with the same strategy 3 games in a row. He has gone for Bane Bust after Bane Bust after Bane Bust and has somehow managed to come up 2-1 now. And we are going to see now in game number 4 on Neon Violet Square if Clare is going to go for a Bane Bust again. And as you can see in the screen again now, both players looking pretty sharp. And Ranger is so focused now, he doesn't want to lose to another Bane Bust again. If not, his chances to represent Malaysia in China will be gone. So, up here in the north, we have the Blue Protoss, who has to win 2 in a row now. It is Ranger. And in the bottom, we have the Pink Zerg, just 1 map away on match point now. He is Clare. Alright, so Ranger gonna do the same thing again. He's gonna have the pylon as part of his wall at the front. Now keep in mind though, in this map, Ranger has the wall off not only the front, but he has the wall off here as well. So we're gonna see how is he going to actually manage his wall on this map. This map is fairly big. It has a longer rush distance from as compared to maybe say Odyssey and Catalyst. But yeah, here we go. Now Rangers, oh, that hatch actually went down. Ranger wasn't blocking it properly as his probe was there, so that's a very good thing for Clare now. His hatch is just slightly delayed and he can just continue on with his normal build order. And Ranger now, he has to know that he has to be more vigilant this time with his scouting to check whether is there a third, is there more links coming out. Like, I don't think after 3 games of Bane Bust, then he should roughly know how to hold it already. And alright, now Ranger is going to be chased away by this drone. It's going to take a little souvenir from Clare's base, just 5 minerals. But yeah, Clare's going to go to the front and see for the first time what Ranger's wall will be like on this map. And yeah, it seems that I wonder if this is a full wall of the pylon here, or it's just going to build another gateway there. And this is actually a very fast second gateway this time from Ranger. Ranger is always not mining gas as well in this natural. But yeah, this is a very huge adjustment coming on from Ranger now. He's building a shield battery and he's not even bother going to check the third or not. He's just going to assume that Clare's going to do the same thing now to like 4 games in a row. Shield battery and the second gate comes down. He wasn't mining gas just now, so he might not have enough gas to build a second sentry later on. Nah, he might just have it in time, I guess. But yeah, here we go. Burning Nest from Clare. And Clare, he's just gonna do the same thing. And now Ranger, I wonder what he see actually. Like, he didn't see anything that triggered him to do this full wall, but I think he just knows already. And if Clare catches on to this, he should just start expanding now, and so that he actually comes in now and sees the Bane Nest, and now he knows already, so he'll think like, oh okay, I'm more or less safe now. I have 3 gates, I have 2 pylons at the front. But if Clare actually manages to get down these 2 pylons, then I do not know what to say anymore, because that has been the same mistakes that Ranger has been making all 3 games rather. But now, ooh, this sentry is out at the front. We're gonna see how is Ranger gonna hold this. That's the 3rd pylon now. It's gonna power up these 2 buildings, I assume. But yeah, the Overlord actually comes in to see that's a full wall. Should Clare continue to try? 8 bins are being morphed with 10 links on the way. No threat now, and there's actually an adept in the natural of Clare doing some drone damage, and has already killed 3 drones. And now Clare's gonna come in here, and what's he gonna do with the bins? The force suit, good force suit so far. Is he gonna try to break this gate? Is he gonna try to break this core? There's so many buildings around us and now so many sentries from Ranger. I don't think this is going to be enough. And Clare's just bleeding units left and right. Like, these links are all dying for nothing. And I think Clare doesn't pay attention at the front of the base of Ranger. But now 5 sentries. This should be more than enough to defend what Clare is going to throw at him. Back at home, Clare, he's actually going to start to drone up. He's going to get a hatch down. But yeah, it seems like Ranger has already stabilized. He has just blind countered Clare's opening off the bat from here. Now Clare is just going to go home, just going to continue droning up. And we might just see a repeat of game number 2, where Clare tries to macro back off this Bane bus. And yep, attempt to just out macro Ranger. And the lag goes down for Clare now. I wonder what is this lag going to do. It might be just to get a Hydro Dam, but I think Clare should just focus on droning up for now. But yeah, Ranger is more than safe now. Like, he's actually going to destroy his own pylon now because he's pretty confident that he'll be able to hold this. Dark Shrine goes down for Ranger. So Ranger, I think he's going to try to do that double Archon drop thingy with Archons now. Yeah, with Dark Templars morphing into Archons. But yeah, Ranger's gonna see, wow, so many links from Clare still. Oh, very good micro there from Clare, not exploding the Bane on the probe over there. But yeah, seems like Clare's gonna go for Bane speed with Lair, and he's gonna go for an even more oil now. He's gonna build even more links. And oh, look at this. Here's the funny feature of this map where these are actually path blockers, and now Clare was having trouble trying to path around his units. But yeah, here we go. I think Clare might just look to cancel. Oh, actually Clare doesn't know about this just yet. He's just barely out of vision. And now Ranger's going to move in here. And there will be terrible damage being done to these drones now. This is going to force Clare to pull back. And now, massive drone damage now, and the shits are still not thrown, and all these drones, 7 drones already, they died for nothing, and meanwhile, pulling the army of Clare back. I think this is a very good move from Ranger now, and now 4 DTs warp in, and are there any detection available for Clare? Seems like there isn't. There's no overseers out, and there's no Spore as well. I think this base might just fall, but no, actually, the Banes explode on the Adepts, and can the Banes manually detonate and kill the DTs? I think not, as now Ranger is even attacking the third of Clare now. It seems like Clare is being overwhelmed in the main and in the third, and now GG. The series is now tied up 2-2. And yeah, game number 5 will be a treat for you guys. So after the short break, we'll be back on the best map in this map pool. So stay tuned.
No embrace, force to our knees, loses faith. It's easy, but don't you try. It's a pointless way to die. I don't see you when I open my eyes. I need to be near you. Is anyone out there? Yeah.
music all night long. Get ready for the time of your life. And just the same for the other beat. Now take it slow, relax. Turn the engine off and feel the pumping floor under your feet. Now take it slow, relax. Turn the engine off and feel the pumping floor under your feet. Now on the floor there is no exit. Get ready for the time of your life. Get ready for the music all night long. Get ready for the time of your life. And just the same for the other beats. All about those nights on the road again. We got much more dollars than you can ever dreaming about. Dollar doesn't matter.
Alright, welcome back guys to the finals, the finals of WESG 2017 Malaysian qualifiers. And we have the Protoss player Ranger going up against Clare, the Zerg player. And they are both 2-2 now. And we'll see who's going to take the last win to represent Malaysia at the Asia Pacific finals. And we will see. Now, game number 5 is it's on a very funny map. It's called Battle on the Boardwalk, where it is a very funky map with a lot of attack paths, with a funny gold base all the way at the back of your base. But yeah, we can see now both players. I'm going to say the same thing again. They look sharp. They look ready. They look ready to just own the other person to get the prize of 2,000 Malaysian ringgit and a spot in the global finals, in the APAC finals I mean. Alright, so here we go. In the last game of today, on the top right, we have Protoss player Ranger. And on the top left, we have the pink Zerg, Clare. So we are going to see now, how is Ranger going to wall off? He's actually going to choose to wall off in the main base. I think he's going to go, I think he's going to expand at the gold, if I'm not wrong. Like, usually if he was going to expand here, I think he would just put the pylon down here. But yeah, it seems like Ranger's just going to... Yeah. Oh, he's going to miss the drone, and now Clare gets to put down his expansion for free. I think Ranger isn't too bothered by that. He doesn't want to be too annoying. But yeah, it seems like Ranger hasn't gotten his second gas yet, so this is just going to be a normal expo by him. And yeah, it seems like Ranger, ooh, he's going to go to get the gold as his expansion. And what is Clare going to do this game? Is Clare going to go for Bane Blast at the front, or is he going to realize that Ranger took the gold? Yeah, I wonder if Clare's actually played enough to know that there's this short path back here where you can go to your gold base to take. Yeah, and is Ranger going to do a full wall off? No, he's not. It's just going to leave a space there, hex, for an adept or a sentry to stand there and block any links from coming in. But yeah, expanding to the goal isn't very common, I would say. But actually, lots of Protoss has been trying it, in PvZ especially, because there's nothing much Zerg can do up here. Well, yeah. For Clare, well, he just drone scouted to see if like the probe is there or anything. Yeah, but it seems like Clare. Ranger is actually now the one checking whether Clare is going to take a third and go, but maybe Clare now will take a third here, or he's actually just going to go for a Bane Blast again. We will see. Still mining gas over here. Oh yeah, seems like Clare is going to clear the third now for probes, and it seems like there are no probes there, so it's just going to move on now. And these links are going to meet the adepts. The adept now, and now see, wow. Clare hasn't dropped down anything yet, so there's no Bane Nest from Clare yet. So Clare is just playing quite standard so far, I would say, except that he could have just dropped his hatchery much earlier. But yeah, Ranger in this game getting 2 gates again before any tech, and now already fully saturated in the gold base. And yeah, I think Clare actually forgets Bailing Nest. Oh, he's actually not getting a third. This is a very huge switch up from Clare now. He's getting a third, and I'm not sure if oh, they actually occupied the tower at the same time. That was pretty cute, but Ranger didn't kill the link. And yep, I wonder if Ranger actually knows about the third, but yeah, he doesn't know. Like this adept now isn't going to see anything. It's going to just shade away when it sees the links probably. And yeah, I feel like this is, oh, Ranger is getting a lot of sentries, so it is a good thing that Clare actually chose to switch up this time, because Ranger has been blind countering like mad in this series against him. But yeah, here we go. Roach Warren is being dropped by Clare, and is this gonna be a Roach, a Ravager Ling all-in? I think Clare still needs about 1 more gas, I think, if I'm not wrong. But now back at home, Robo and the Forge goes down for Ranger, and even a sentry back here in case Links actually try to come up here. But ooh, Ranger is a probe here already. He might just build a pylon and then go home, so he doesn't need to waste mining time. But yeah, it seems like Clare is just going to start making units now. More links coming out from Clare, and Ranger is poised to take his third now. And Dark Shrine goes down, and Clare is making roaches now, and I think this is gonna be a Roach Ling Ravager attack. But he needs detection with this, like he needs to get a lair or something. And because in the past 4 games or something anyway, like Ranger has been getting the Dark Shrine as well. And even though those were morphed into Archons, but still you need detection against the, what do you call it? Dark Templars, yeah, that's right. Clare is going to try to get the cancel on the third, and nope, he's just going to move away, not going to beat units like the last game. But yeah, as we see now, Ravagers are now out. And Clare, is he going to try to run in? Nope, he's not going to. And now shield batteries are down, and so many sentries are out for Ranger now. And can Clare actually break this? There's a couple of units out at the front. 3 Ravagers and 2 Roaches, those are quite easy in terms of DPS. And now the closer tower goes down and gets 1 sentry, and now the links are surrounding the sentries, and the sentries are now slowly falling one by one. And this adept, can this adept hold? This shield battery is doing its best hold the front. And now Ranger, oh, the DTs, a single DT is just destroying the army of Clare, and Clare still doesn't have a lair. I think Clare hasn't realized that there's a DT out here, and now he's being forced to run back home. He hasn't gotten a third yet. Or he might just try to actually just push back in now. There's two Immortals out here now, holding for Ranger. And Roaches are not that good against Immortals, as Immortals do bonus damage against Roaches. But now, yeah, this single DT is just saving Ranger. Like, everything else, I think Clare is keeping up. But now this DT has 6 kills already, and he has probably done like 1000 damage or something like that. But yeah, Clare, he really needs a lair now to get an Overseer if he wants to continue breaking Ranger. But I think he does know that Ranger has the gold base, even though he hasn't seen it yet. But taking this base so late, he should know that Ranger isn't a one base. But if he thinks that Ranger is a one base, then this is going to be a huge mistake from him. Then I don't think so. Yeah, Ranger now Clare is going to get his 4th. So that is, I think Clare, yeah, he needs to drone out really heavily now. If not, he'll be too far behind. But yeah, it seems like Ranger is now just going to slowly get ahead in production wise. He's going to get more gates, more production, and very soon you'll just start seeing Ranger march across the map. I think now Clare, he has managed to catch back up, in workers though. So he just needs to get, he's going to get a lair, get some Hydras, get some Banes, and then it's going to be a classic Hydra Bane versus Protoss once again. Now Ranger, wow, look at this huge wall in front. Yeah, gateway explosion. Ranger is going to just explode in supply pretty soon. But yeah, he's looking to do some form of drone damage. But now Archons are being dropped and a few drones going down now. Clare hasn't really pulled yet. Yep, he was actually just moving across the map when this hit. Just an unfortunate timing again, like in game number 2, I believe. But yeah, now Clare, can Clare actually do it? He needs no more drones now. It's still behind in workers versus Ranger. But we'll see now. Ranger is now just in his own little fortress of buildings. 4 gates, 2 pylons, even more pylons at the back, shield batteries. But yeah, it's just Ranger being very good now. Oh, are the Bowls going to get the Prism? No, they are not. And Ranger, good micro from Ranger over there. Just getting as much damage as he can before the Archons actually die. But yeah, we're going to see just mass roaches from Clare. It seems like he's not going to go for the Hydra route this time. Just 12 roaches in production now. Can Clare max out fast enough? Or rather, can he actually just make enough units to hold... can he hold this push that's coming? Oh, for a second I thought Clare was going to bow his own links, but yeah. Clare, he's going to see... Now the army is here. 5 Immortals are actually going to do pretty good against Roaches, but now Roaches are going to shove in now. The Lynx get the surround on the Archons, but the Lynx are being evacuated now. Archons and Ravagers are pushing in. Now these Immortals are doing so much damage. These Immortals are still alive. They are actually called Immortals for a reason, and they just don't die. And now this huge weapon of Zealots at the front in Clare's face now. Charge is already done, and now Clare just bleeding a lot of workers now. And well played called by Clare. And Ranger, he's the winner, 3-2 over his opponent, and he moves on to the Asia Pacific Finals to represent Malaysia. And oh, look at that brotherly romance, that hug. These two players do actually practice with each other a lot, and yeah. Ranger now all smiles, and he's gonna be receiving his prize pretty shortly, I would say. Clare though, on the other hand, well, not too shabby. He still walks away with 1,000 Malaysian ringgit, and that is about maybe 250 USD. Yep, that's still quite a huge sum for his strong performance today. So, yep, I think...